comes for your stomach, right?
Go ahead.
So if you're eating something and it's like, you know, like poisonously bitter, you know, you're gonna spit it out. You're not gonna let it go down to your stomach because you know that shit gonna fuck you up.
Go ahead.
Let you know, like, nah, that's cool. Like it's funny how they just did that cheeseburger day, whatever that was, with all that fake ass meat that was going around. Yeah, going around with all of that. People were like, oh, it smells a little different, but it tastes pretty cool. But then as they start eating it, they start coughing and spitting it up, like, oh shit, because it got too far down. That's like the first barrier, like our senses are our first barrier to let you know, like, hey, hold on, something ain't right about this. The 1 cent thing was enough. The all purple was enough. The fact that they ain't using the name, we already know not to eat over there.
Right. Yeah. So what is our first reaction when we take something that's off? We mark them that cause division.
Don't eat that.
Offenses contrary to the doctrine, which we have learned. We tell our those that are following us to avoid them.
Yeah. That milk is spoiled over there.
Like when we go to a buffet and like, oh brother, don't eat the so-and-so. You got pork. Or you know, this or that. You got this or that. This is cooked in oysters, oil or something. This is cooked in lard. Yeah. You know, like we tell you don't go to where is it, bro? They cook their beef. Roberto's. Yeah. But that's like giving out a warning to the flock. Like, hey, don't go over there. That they don't got the goods, man. They don't got the right recipe.
The other brother mentioned how the apostles, they watch these different camps. You know, they experience their seasons, so they can see the different things. You know, especially the apostle Tahar, he always looking into other camps and things like that, and that's because they're overseers. Now I got the etymology of the word overseer. It says a supervisor, one who looks over, one who has charge under the owner or manager of the work done on a plantation. So just this work all together that we labor in, you know, they're them being the leaders, they supposed to love it. And they're, the fruits of their labor, being us, brothers coming up under them, they want to make sure everything is running smoothly and being done properly in the Lord.
So you think Apostle Hart is not thinking like, if he ever gets questioned by a Halashai or an angel or somebody, hey, down on earth, I saw there was a bunch of bullshit going on. What did you have to say about that? Well, you saw me. If you saw that, you saw anybody do any bullshit out there, I was on it. I had my men on it, and we was trying to X that shit out. You know, like he be on it. Like if he's asked, like, while you was on earth, I had you sent out there to do something. Was you watching everything?
Yeah.
From my perspective, the answer is yes. From my perspective, I can't watch everything, so I enlisted my men to watch as well and to stay on top of whatever came across. Matter of fact, he said, somebody good. I thought I called it. It was breaking the stronghold.
Oh, yeah.
Get yours, and we're gonna get those from holding. Yeah. No, go ahead.
Hebrews 13 and 17. Obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves. For they watch for your souls. As they that must give.
And that's why we're called the vanguards, man. Okay, because we're at the top and we have to watch over everything. Because if we leave it, think about how many topics, different camps or different situations happen in the world that these other groups ain't speaking on. They just let it slide, man. You can't let it slide. You know the great millstone don't let nothing slide. That's not where the problem is. The problem is that the authoritative position that we take. We take a position of authority because why? We've been groomed to know these scriptures to where we can, like anybody, like we talk about food tasting, our palates have been exercised that we can discern when there's something ain't right. All right? We're just not just the top guy or the top couple of guys that got it. They made sure that we all had it as much as they had it, you know. And then our experience will take us from there as time goes on. You got it, bro.
But they watch for your souls as they that must give account.
How much better is it that they have taught us to watch for our own soul, as said the scriptures. Examine ourselves daily, whether thou be in the faith. These groups ain't doing that, but they push out wrong names. And more importantly, the followers is who I'm blown away by, man. Y'all just in it because you in it. Because I'm already here, and this is what, or What is he gonna take? Is he gonna take one of them crazy situations that break out and come out about these camps before you realize that something ain't right?
Mm-hmm.
You know? I know I should have left. My wife left, and this was happening, and she did this, and her husband did that. You know, we don't like enjoy having to watch that type of stuff, but we know a lot of these groups ain't right. All right, so the spirit over there ain't right.
Yeah, you can't have that attitude that, well, I know my faith.
Yep.
The Lord knows my heart.
The Lord, you know, like, because ultimately, like that whole Jesus demon,
Yep.
if you're gonna be careless like that, think about the young men and women who are still young in the faith.
Yeah.
If you have that same attitude that a man has when, because like you had the topic in the epistles about how they was considering whether it was lawful to eat meat offered unto idols, and that was a whole thing that they even had to have counsel about. So same thing, dealing with the name. You know, it could be a stumbling block, a complete stumbling block.
They made it to
You know what I mean?
City. God, they made it. Look, Las Vegas, you made it.
Spirit.
They made it. We thought y'all done left this place. We didn't know that y'all was coming to this town. Where with all these demons, demonic, putting voodoo on people. Well, I'm a native. Oh, God. Oh, Las Vegas, look, they're here.
Hebrews
The
13
real
and 17.
Hebrews.
Obey
Look at
them that
them.
have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief.
Yeah.
They must give account.
Yeah,
So
they're
if we ever question about y'all just gonna let my name just be thrown out there by IUIC? Just thrown around and played with like that? Nah.
Yeah, y'all heard it.
Y'all heard it. Y'all don't act like they even say that. What about you other groups though? That's why we get on y'all, because y'all, a lot of times they don't speak up on
Yeah, you got
Yeah, I got it. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High power, to the pulling down of strongholds."
And how do we pull these strongholds down? Now with physical weapons, but with spiritual weapons. The top spiritual weapon is the truth. And we have to declare the truth, and a lot of the truth is believed through faith, but you can see the evidence in it. Okay, there's evidence in the truth. All right, so we have to come out here and declare the truth, and it's breaking these strongholds, man. It's knocking people back to reality, if you will. All right, because that JC juice has got people just all lackadaisical and wandering and stumbling. You stagger but not with strong drink. Okay, them doctors be having you, thinking you ain't gotta do nothing but be in the moment.
Yeah.
Nah, this is what's the word? A prudent thing.
Teach.
That you have to have forethought of what's going on and where you're going and what your job is to do.
Yeah, and if I may say real quick, because Paul was constantly giving a warning about being tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine.
Yeah.
You know, these strange doctrines that would, ruffle the church and have some of the lost sheep, going astray because they're listening to men that's being seduced by seducing spirits coming with doctrines of devils, right? Well, that's because the Lord already warned that there's going to be many false prophets and teachers among you, not sparing the flock. All right? So that's what they're going to be doing. So that means if you're going to have a high volume of false prophets and false messiahs out in the world, that means you're going to have a busload of false doctrines out there. So our people got to stand clear. So the ones who actually are teaching the true righteous doctrine, they're going to be warning the flock about the false teaching, the false doctrine, the heresies, which was warned all throughout the epistles. You're going to have heresies, basically branch off groups, spin off groups, because this is their opinion. This is what we came into this because we heard this little group over here, and this is what they was teaching. So we want to amalgamate integrate that into our doctrine. So this is why we're going to be watchmen for Israel, or this is why we're going to be that group or this group. You know, that's just how we go.
1 Peter 5:1. The elders which are among you, I exhort, whom am also an elder and a witness of the suffering of Hamashiach.
Because the elders, not only do they have the experience in the word, but they also have the oversight. So of course they're going to have the ability to oversee all the doctrines that's creeping into the church.
Yeah.
That's if you're doing your due diligence, if you're being responsible.
Teach it.
All right? Paul will have to deal with that. He had to hear about these men over here, or they teaching that the resurrection already happened already. Or this them over there, they're teaching to abstain from marriage because they're worshiping Artemis over there. You know? Yeah. Ishtar. You know, all these idols. And they would think that would bring them more closer and nigh to the Most High. You know? So we have to be this way.
Yeah.
Even if it annoys a lot of people, we have to do that.
It's annoying that y'all can't just get it, but we understand.
Yeah.
And then we have to go back and go over a lot of the same topics over and over and over.
Yep.
But this truth is repetitive. How do you master something? Doing it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So that's why we come out every week, all through the week.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Be the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre.
And that's
But
the only thing. Now, filthy lucre is the thing that makes us believe like it's got to be something, man. You ain't got them type of numbers on the books. If you know, to teach you out there teaching the wrong thing. So who's giving you that money? When the scriptures distinctly show that they made people give in the book of Acts, they had everybody breaking down everything they had for the whole church. So everybody would be dispersed and everybody would have some. So everybody would be on a humble level, right? But you got these certain guys out there that's got big numbers, man. They're doing big numbers, okay? And you really think the Lord is with that? But you find the holes in the mess, if you will, in their doctrines. Okay? The world-friendly thing that brings numbers like that in. All right? This ain't about quantity. It's about the quality. You know, that's why we're down to 144,000 and the 1/3. Versus the majority is huge. Right?
not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Neither as being
How do you have a Salaki, brother? How do you have a ready mind? You gotta stay constantly watching, constantly studying, praying, fasting, whatever you gotta do. You gotta stay on top of it.
Teach it.
And you gotta watch everything to see. Oh, so okay, that's cool. Okay, they get by this week. Okay, they get by this. Look like he wants to say something, but I'll tune in next week to see if he can stay on it. And if it's some uncleanness, it's gonna be revealed at some point. And when it is, you gotta show them how to clean it up and how to replace that dirty with the right clean. And for those that don't have anything in place, you gotta show them what to put there instead, the right thing to put. Right?
Yeah, every time we do that, we're washing our hands.
Right.
Yeah,
Every time while they thinking that we're showing hatred, every time we put up those videos and we rebuke them dudes, all these different groups that's coming with these wayward doctrines, we're just doing this, so that when the Lord judges, at least we're going to be, Lord willing, we're going to be spared because we did what the Lord commanded us to do. You know.
Teach it.
These other dudes, their blood is gonna be upon their own heads.
Mm-hmm. I don't know for not telling us.
Yeah,
hey,
I don't mind.
I've
been teaching y'all Las Vegas for a minute.
Cain and Abel, we are our brother's keeper, and all we have to make sure we do. Hey, Lord, I told him. I did my job. I couldn't make him not do it, or I could make him do whatever you want him to do. But I told him what you would do, what you told me to tell him. If he didn't do the right thing, and that's what we're out here declaring through prophecy. All right. You have more?
Two more verses. Neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, he shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away.
Chief shepherd. Ultimately, Yahweh Shai, he's the bishop of our souls.
So watching over